welcome to the Honesty Project episode. I don't even know because we only do a few a year, and this is my favorite guest, Miss Harleigh. Yeah. Anyway, so what I like to do is I have lists of quotes in my phone. Yeah. And so Harleigh comes up with things, and so she's just going to explain what the meaning behind them.
If I remember.
Well, you can even just do it today. So, this is one thing that you said when we were, whatever. What does high value look like to me? And that's how I present myself. So, what did you mean when you said that?
Okay. So, I used to care so much about how people perceived me that I decided that I didn't want to live that way anymore. So, then I started going out sloppy, like in sweatpants.
Oh, I see what you mean.
And I stopped wearing makeup out just to prove to myself that I could not care what other people thought. And then it got to a point where I just kind of was wearing that all the time, and I was comfortable with it, so it was of no purpose anymore. Like, I was conscious of how I wanted to be perceived, and I didn't want to be perceived as dumpy, I guess. So I started
making an
effort and dressing better.
Did that impact how you saw yourself at all?
Yeah,
was there any change there?
I was much more confident.
Were you happier, would you say?
Yeah, and I was like, it was more of an event to get out of the house, and
because the only reason that I ask that, and here I'm not even doing a very good job of listening because I just want to share my story.
Go ahead.
So when I was in high school, I went through a phase because I didn't have a boyfriend or any prospects that I was aware of. So I'm like, oh, you know what? So then I just started to dress awful, like intentionally gross. So then in my head, I'm like, oh, this is why I don't have a boyfriend. Because if I'm trying really hard and I don't have a boyfriend, that hurt my feelings. But if I wasn't trying hard and didn't have a boyfriend, then
not so bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next question. Oh, this is so funny. It's not a question, it's a comment. So we're from the farm, living in a city now, whatever. And you said this to me one day, I want out food. What does that mean?
Food not made at home. So
excellent.
Fast food.
So funny. Okay. And then you said this quote, which I love. I love men. They keep things light and happy.
Yes.
What did you... Oh, you said you like men. Did I say I love?
Yeah, but it's okay.
I'm seeing things.
Can love and like.
So what do you mean by that?
I think that in general, the female population can tend to get quite serious and are typically overthinkers, or at least I am. Okay. And so I can get very serious and in my head, and then I don't joke as much.
And are no...
And I'm no fun sometimes.
Yeah.
But like you just get a little bit more bland.
Right.
So having men in your life, whether that's a brother or a dad or
uncles.
An uncle.
Oh my gosh, those uncles.
That just make things like nothing's too deep.
No, it's all just fun.
Yeah.
Oh, here's one. He has drive and he drives. Can you explain what you meant when you said that?
So
out loud to me.
So I came from the farm, and on the farm, everyone gets their license and everyone drives.
That's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
However,
but then when I came to the city, I started noticing that there were a lot of guys that don't have their license, and I would love to be a passenger princess. So it bothers...
so we have a pug in the back, so that's why there's snoring going on. Yes. It's not that this is a boring thing. Okay, but you also said that he has drive.
Yeah, so then that would be like just works hard. Yeah, works hard and values what he does. And I said that saying like that's what I would look for in somebody.
A special somebody.
A special somebody, yeah.
Okay, so you're a nursing student. Yes. Okay, and then you said this, every time I go to clinical, I remember it is a privilege to be a part of this person's life. So can you unpack that a little bit?
Okay, so sometimes clinical is hard emotionally, and I can get very task oriented and just be like, I have all these things to do, and get super overwhelmed, and then I don't really chat with my patients.
Right.
But when you remember that they're a person and that you're a part of their story, whether it's like a tough time in their life.
Well, it is. I mean, people are not there,
but they're gonna,
yeah,
they're gonna remember you, and they will appreciate you, and you'll be forever part of their story. So just behaving in that manner, I think, is
okay. So just
knowing that,
being intentional with that.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so funny. This reminds me of Auntie Eileen.
Okay.
I believe people can change, but they don't change much. What did you mean by that?
I used to always surround myself with a lot of people that I was like, I can see their potential, and so I was waiting on their potential, and then they were never reaching it. And so obviously there are the outliers of where people are super intentional and they completely change their personality.
Yeah.
But oftentimes they are who they are, and then there are slight fluctuations, but so I just stopped holding on to
much. Okay,
I just stopped holding on to the idea that people were going to become a new person.
That sort of is offensive for me to hear.
Why?
Because it feels like like it's a little bit mean.
You're the one that brought it up.
No, I understand that. I was just like, because Auntie Eileen had said that too. She's like, people kind of are who they are, and so you have to accept that. I guess.
So for me, if I'm constantly, if I am self-aware and constantly working to fix myself, I assume that everyone's doing that, but not everyone's doing that.
No,
and so if you are doing that, you're going to create change. But if you're not doing that, you probably aren't going to change that much. If you think, I wish I was kind, or I want to be kind, you're probably not going to be kind if you are actively being like, today I'm doing one kind thing, and that is...
and so then you're creating like patterns.
And it just gets easier.
I
but
see.
You have to be very conscious.
That's good. Okay, this is a good one. Moms are important in the now, and dads are important for the future. What did you mean by that?
So I think when you're growing up, moms are your nurturers, and just of like the kids, and they always come to the mom when they need something. They very rarely go to the dad, especially in my case, because I was a little bit scared of my dad because he can be intimidating.
That's funny.
But he's really kind. We were just all a little bit like, if something happened, if I broke something, if I broke a glass, I'm not going to him to tell him, I need help cleaning this up. It's always, Mom, can we keep this quiet? Don't tell Dad.
Isn't that funny? And he wouldn't, well, because he looks after stuff, right? And he has high expectations. I think you should never drink when you're sad or swear when you're mad.
Yes.
That actually, I don't think you have to explain that. Yeah. Okay. Because family aren't the only ones who can look after you if you're a nice person. So what did you mean when you said that?
Do I remember? Do you remember?
Yes, it had to do with sometimes there's mean people in the hospital. And no one goes to see them.
Yeah. So then...
And then you likened it to when I was in the hospital. Okay, well, I'm just going to say it like this. That you said that I'm nice and people wanted to come and see me because true. I'm nice.
Yeah, because then I had to turn them away.
Yeah,
she's not taking visitors.
Funny.
I think...
Which you could see, like,
yeah.
if you're a jerk.
Yeah, if my patients, if they weren't nice, they often didn't have visitors. And then when the ones that did have visitors, usually you can tell that they're nice people, especially if friends came.
Okay, interesting.
That, like, family feels an obligation.
Right.
To come.
Okay, but extra friends, people.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it says a lot when a lot of people come, but also you have to, most patients are mostly nice.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. I do like this one. I think what's keeping people poor is that they think abundance comes from restriction. I thought that was pretty powerful.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah, and that doesn't need any explanation.
Yeah. But poor is not, I don't mean that just financially.
Yeah, isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
Abundance just captures everything.
Mhm.
And that's what I've been meditating on, is so just thinking about what is abundance.
Mhm.
So abundantly, I'm going to tell you, intelligence. Okay?
Yeah.
That's what I'm clinging to.
Yes.
And abundantly happy, and just extra
Yes.
in every aspect.
Yeah.
Okay, is there anything else that you want to talk about?
No?
Okay, well, I think that's all. That's all
Yes.
our chatting. All our chatting for today. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Check you later.
Yep.